December 24, 2021, while the world was busy preparing for Christmas, the Philippine Army unwrapped something far more serious. A steel-gray war machine rolled into camp, sleek, silent, deadly. Its name? Sabrah Light Tank. The first of its kind ever seen in Southeast Asia, and with it came a message: the game has changed. This isn't just a tank, it's a mobile force multiplier, armed with a 105mm cannon, laser tracking, and a digital targeting brain. Small enough to move fast, strong enough to break through armor. Most Filipinos have no idea what just landed, but military analysts do, and they're stunned, because this one machine could shift the entire balance of power in the region. If you're Filipino, your army just got an upgrade no one saw coming. So here's the question: what's hidden inside the Sabrah that makes it so dangerous? And how could this quiet delivery rewrite Asia's battlefield rules overnight? For decades, the Philippine Army faced war with the wrong tools. While other nations fielded tanks, Filipino troops rode into battle in Cold War-era scout cars. Most were outdated APCs, thin-skinned, slow, and vulnerable. Soldiers patrolled dangerous zones in light jeeps, knowing one hit could be their last. Vietnam, Thailand, even Indonesia had modern armored fleets. But the Philippines? Stuck in the 1980s. As insurgencies grew and border tensions flared, the risk became deadly. Without tanks, troops lacked protection and firepower. Commanders knew it, so did the enemies, and still, no upgrades came. The result? Filipino forces were expected to face modern warfare with antique gear. And while politicians debated, lives were on the line. Something had to change, and it did. But not overnight. So why, after years of delay, did the country finally say enough? And who helped spark that first powerful step? In 2020, the Philippines made a move no one expected. The deal was signed with Israel's Elbit Systems. Not just a purchase, a statement. The country chose the Sabrah Light Tank, beating out other global options. Why? Because the Sabrah brought speed, firepower, and flexibility, all in one frame. For Filipino soldiers, it meant more than firepower. It meant recognition. For years, they fought with outdated gear. Now, they were being given a machine built for the future. The Sabrah isn't just a tank. It's based on the Ascod and Pander II chassis, battle-tested platforms now enhanced with Israeli tech. It's not a heavy tank. It's a light tank with a heavy bite. Critics doubted it. They called it too light for real war. But Elbit gave no speeches, just one promise: watch what it does. So, what's actually inside this beast? This isn't just a tank, it's a weaponized computer on treads. At its core is a 105mm gun, fast, deadly, accurate. Backed by an automatic loader and digital fire control. It can fire while moving. It can fight in jungles, cities, or at night, no problem. Advanced sensors scan 360 degrees, locking targets in seconds. Even in a storm, even through smoke, it sees first and shoots first. This is the same targeting tech used by Israel's elite vehicles. Now, Filipino tank crews don't feel outdated. They feel respected. They finally have gear that matches their courage. Every system is modular. It can be upgraded, adapted, even reprogrammed for future battles. This isn't just a machine, it's a future-proof hunter. Fast, smart, deadly. But here's what matters most. How will the army use it? And where might the Sabrah strike first? The arrival of the Sabrah didn't just change the army's gear, it changed its mindset. For decades, armored units moved slow, stayed safe, and reacted late. Now the focus is mobility and precision, not bulk. The Sabrah can go where heavy tanks can't: mountains, urban alleys, dense jungle. It's not about size anymore, it's about speed, surprise, and accuracy. Soldiers are now trained to move fast, strike first, and stay light. This isn't defense, it's maneuver warfare. And here's the shocker. The Sabrah can be airlifted by a C-130, from Luzon to Mindanao in hours, not days. Hotspot on an island? They're there before the dust settles. It's not about reacting, it's about controlling the battlefield before enemies even move. But that raises a new question. Is this just about local insurgents? Or is the Philippines quietly preparing for a much bigger threat? The West Philippine Sea isn't just making headlines, it's on edge. At sea, naval ships shadow each other daily, taunting, testing, waiting. But while eyes stay locked on the water, something silent is happening on land. Sabrah tanks are being moved, not for training, not for display. They're being quietly positioned near strategic island staging zones, places where soldiers don't just drill anymore, they prepare, because they know this could turn real. Fast. Across the sea, China's PLA runs amphibious assault drills near contested reefs. They're practicing landings. So is the Philippine military. But this time it's different. They have firepower now, they have mobility, and they have the Sabrah made for exactly this kind of fight. Light, fast, ready to hit hard and vanish. These tanks weren't built for rebels anymore. They're being positioned for something bigger. State-level conflict, territory, sovereignty, survival. And while diplomats talk, soldiers move, tanks roll, engines hum in the dark. The question now isn't just if a war might happen, it's who's watching, and what are they planning behind the scenes. The world is watching. Behind the scenes, the US, Israel, and Japan are all quietly involved. They're sharing intel, training tactics, and even joint strategies. Because the Sabrah program isn't just about tanks. It's about balance and control in a rising storm. Filipino crews feel proud to lead the way, but they also know they're now part of something bigger, a chessboard that spans oceans. Israel has used similar tanks in Syria and Lebanon, with brutal success. Now satellites show another nation massing armor drills near the South China Sea. The message is clear. This isn't just about defense, it's about position and resistance. So what's the real plan behind all this? And why is this only the beginning? The Sabrah isn't the end. It's just phase one. By 2028, the Philippines plans to field a full armored battalion. Next come combat drones, long-range missile systems, and networked artillery. New doctrines already mention drone tank coordination and shared battlefield intelligence. Contracts are signed with Israeli and US firms for next-gen surveillance tech. For the first time, the country isn't just preparing to fight, it's preparing to deter, to stop wars before they begin. While the public sees a few tanks, a full transformation is unfolding quietly. So what's really driving this? And why does the Sabrah sit at the center of it all? The Sabrah wasn't just bought for firepower. It was placed with purpose, to signal alliances and prepare for a future fight no one wants to name. Defense officials confirm it connects with NATO standard systems. This isn't just Philippine armor, it's part of a coalition shield. Observers from Israel, Japan, and the US quietly watched its first drills. They weren't looking at the tank, they were watching the network. Because if war breaks out in Asia, these tanks move first, not alone, but with international coordination. And the real twist? The Sabrah is a signal, not a solution. So what's the bigger game? The Sabrah wasn't just a delivery. It was a message. A shift in how the world sees the Philippines and how the Philippines sees itself. It's not just a tank, it's a doorway into future coalitions, with systems that connect to the US, Israel, and Japan. For a long time, the nation's soldiers were under-equipped and overlooked. Now, they're standing beside powerful allies. That day in December 2021, something deeper arrived. Not steel, not tech, but belief. If one tank can move a region, just imagine what's coming next. The Sabrah isn't just steel and wires, it's a signal that the Philippines is no longer waiting, it's ready to lead. Because modern defense isn't about being the biggest, it's about having the smartest tools, the strongest friends, and sending the clearest message, silently. If you want more deep dives into military tech and global defense secrets, hit that subscribe button now. And tell us, do you think this light tank truly changed the game? Or is this just the beginning of something far bigger? Drop your thoughts below.